So you know that already the specific conductance and the molar conductance. Specific conductance means it is the conductance offered by a solution when the distance exists between the two electrodes kept apart by 1 meter and the area of the cross section of the electrode is 1 square meter is called as specific conductance. Then molar conductance. It is the conductance offered by a solution due to all ions produced by 1 mole of an electrolyte is called as the molar conductance. And the molar conductance is represented by the symbol μm. You already know that is equal to K into V, where K is the specific conductance and V is volume of a solution containing 1 mole of an electrolyte, and the unit of molar conductance is Simon square meter per mole, and it also measured or expressed as μm is equal to 1000 K divided by C. So 1000 means per liter, and K is specific conductance, C is concentration. Hence, all the solutions are prepared using an extremely pure sample of water called the conductivity of water. Then, to study the determination of cell constant by the Kohlrausch experiment is done using a solution known as specific conductance, and the resistance is determined. So how? So cell constant is equal to L by A. So you can measure the distance which exists between the two electrodes and also measure the area of the cross section of the electrode, and which is equal to K into R, where K is specific conductance, R is resistance, and the unit of the cell constant is expressed either per meter or per centimeter. Then how to know the variation of specific conductance with dilution? This is the way of determining the cell constant. Then variation of specific conductance with dilution. Let us understand the variation of specific conductance with dilution. So during the dilution of a solution by adding water, how to dilute? Just you have to lower the concentration of the solution. How? Just by adding the water. The ions spread out, number of ions present in unit volume becomes less. When you consider 1 liter, so assume that there are 100 in 1 liter of a solution, there are 100 number of positive ion and 100 number of negative ion, that is cation and anion. If we add 1 more liter of water, now the dilution is increases, concentration is decreases. When you calculate the number of ions in a dilute solution, it is less. Hence, as the dilution increases, specific conductance is decreases, because the number of ions in a volume in a volume decreases. When you calculate with respect to the volume, the number of ions is less. So therefore, the specific conductance decreases upon dilution. Then, to understand the variation of molar conductance with dilution after knowing the specific conductance, what happens is molar variation of molar conductance with dilution. Variation of molar conductance with dilution. So the conductance of solution depend upon the two factors, that number of ions and the velocity of the ions. As I already told you, when you are going to dilute, the number of ions is same, but when you calculate it with respect to the volume, it is less. So in case of weak and strong electrolyte, the degree of dissociation is increases upon dilution. So hence the molar conductance of a solution of weak electrolyte generally increases during the dilution. You know that already in the first year what is meant by degree of the ionization or the degree of dissociation. It is a fraction of electrolyte undergoes ionization, undergoes dissociation is called as degree of dissociation, denoted by the symbol either alpha or x. It is a fraction of electrolyte undergone ionization is called degree of dissociation. So, how the degree of dissociation is related to the dilution? As the dilution is increases, the degree of dissociation is increased, because more and more amount of the electrolyte undergone ionization or undergone dissociation. Therefore, the degree of dissociation is increases upon dilution, and hence the molar conductivity of a solution of weak electrolyte gradually increases during dilution. However, in case of strong electrolyte, if you observe the strong and weak electrolyte, in the first year you are already know that what is meant by electrolyte. The substance is one which conducts the electricity by the passage of current through in it is called as electrolyte. Electrolytes are of two types, strong and weak electrolytes. So an electrolyte is one which partially conducts the electricity by the passage of current through in it is called as weak electrolyte. If it completely undergoes ionization by the passage of current through in it is called as strong electrolyte. So in case of strong electrolyte, whatever the amount of electrolyte added, it completely undergoes ionization in a solution. Therefore, if you observe the concentration and related to the molar conductivity, there is a sharp increase during dilution. At large dilution, it reaches a limiting value, and the value does not increase upon further dilution. If you observe the graph of the molar conductivity with respect to the square of the square root of the concentration of the solution, if you observe the graph of root of C versus mu m, so there is a sharp increase in the molar conductivity with decrease of concentration, that is with increase of the dilution. Hence, at large dilution, it reaches a limiting value. This is called as limiting value, denoted as infinity, mu infinity. That is, at infinite dilution, it reaches a limiting value. The value does not increase upon dilution, further dilution. Means if you add 1 liter, so the molar conductivity increases. Again when you add the 2 liter, it increases. For a limited extent, say if you add the 10 liter, the value of the molar conductivity do not changes, and that value is called as the limiting molar conductivity. However, in case of this is may denoted as mu infinity naught. Naught represent at zero concentration means on complete dilution. The concentration of the solution is zero, means do not take this. That is called as mu infinity naught. Means this is called as zero, indicates the zero concentration. However, in case of weak electrolyte, in case of strong electrolyte, say sodium chloride, say sodium hydroxide, say hydrochloric acid, etc. However, in case of weak electrolyte, say acetic acid, formic acid, etc. In case of weak electrolyte, there is a sharp increase in molar conductivity. That is, if you take the acetic acid, this is acetic acid. So as the concentration increases when decreases, when on dilution, there is a slow increase in molar conductivity. So the graph represents the molar conductivity and molar conductance at infinite dilution with concentration is related as mu m is equal to mu m naught minus, so mu m naught minus mu into root of c. So that is mu m naught represent at infinite dilution, and this is a so constant factor and root of c. In case of strong electrolyte, A is constant for a given electrolyte. So ultimately we understand that the graph gives the straight line in case of strong electrolyte. However, the graph is not a straight line in case of the weak electrolyte. See that this is in case of weak electrolyte, this is in case of strong electrolyte. So this is about the variation of the molar conductivity with dilution, and it can also be determined by Watson bridge. Then to understand another term with respect to the strong and weak electrolyte, an eminent scientist called Kohlrausch law, called Kohlrausch law of ion migration. So based on the molar conductivity of strong and weak electrolyte, and great scientists explain about the molar conductivity. So at infinite dilution, what is the statement of the Kohlrausch law? At infinite dilution of electrolyte solution, the electrostatic attraction between the ions is negligible. Hence, each ion makes its own contribution to the total conductance. So, according to the Kohlrausch law, the molar conductance of an electrolyte at infinite dilution is the sum of the contribution of the cation and ion. According to law, that is Kulraj law. The molar conductance of an electrolyte AB at infinite dilution is equal to the sum of the molar conductivity of the cation and the anion. This is the mathematical expression of the Kulraj law at infinite dilution. So this is very important, repeat as the mathematical expression of the Kulraj. Say for example, if you consider the molar conductivity of the sodium chloride, that is the sum of the molar conductivity of the cation and anion at infinite dilution. Say for example, the molar conductivity of the calcium chloride is the sum of the molar conductivity of the cation, that is calcium ion, 2 times the molar conductivity of chloride ion at infinite dilution. So in case of neat or in case of CT or JEE, there may be a question on the Kulraj law and also the examples. So calculate the molar conductivity of the calcium chloride. If the molar conductivity of the calcium ion is given and molar conductivity of chloride ion is given, calculate the molar conductivity. Say it is 100, that is Simon square meter per mole, and this is 70 Simon square meter per mole. So multiply by 2 and then simplify. This is 140 and 1, so that is 240 Simon square meter per mole. So this is the way for calculating the molar conductivity of the calcium chloride. So this is the statement of the Kulraj. So dear student, we will continue the application of Kulraj law tomorrow.